This is Andy Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. And for the first time, I am joined by Zeeshan Khan over Zoom. Zeeshan, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? You all right?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. It's good to speak to you for the first time. Straight into some boxing talk. Obviously, you've been one of the unfortunate ones. You haven't been able to get out and box during these past
No.
18 or so months with a pandemic. Well, it's been a year with a pandemic, rather.
Yeah,
Just talk to me about your frustrations and how have you found it?
it is. It's stressful, and it does get to you after a bit. I mean, I last fought in November. I last fought for the Central Area title in November, and I thought I'd be out again. And after that, it's just been a nightmare really. Since then, it's just been a emotional roller coaster. It was stressful. I mean, obviously, you want to be motivated to train, and you want to be motivated to stay ready. But the opportunities, it's like a lottery, really, isn't it? The opportunity comes around and it doesn't come around, and it's disheartening, really.
I mean, when you picked up that Central Area title, obviously I can imagine you thought that was the start of bigger and better things for yourself, and it would have opened up many more doors for you last year, and obviously heading into this year. With that in mind, what was the initial plan on the back of picking up that title? What was your initial plan heading into last year?
Well, I was hoping to go for the English title, then obviously just go to the traditional route, Central Area, English, and then obviously go for the British, European, Commonwealth, and just go from there, really. Just start calling people out and go for proper fights.
So before we do come on to the future, just stick around with kind of this past year or so. What have you been kind of doing in the gym, and how have you found trying to keep yourself motivated?
It has been really hard, and you get stages where you're very motivated. So some stages you're very, very motivated, and you're on it, and your diet's on it, and you're running and everything, and then you just crash and you go buy a burger, a pizza, and get fat.
I mean, has that been one of the most difficult things for yourself, trying to stay away from the temptations that lockdown can bring?
I'm from Bradford, and honestly, the food in Bradford is too good. It's not fair. I wish I lived somewhere else. It's not fair. Everywhere I go, it's just nice food, and it's just difficult. That's one of the hardest things living here, I'll be honest with you. And it's cheap, stupidly cheap, and nice. So it ruins your life, doesn't it?
I mean, final thing just to come on to with regards to your past before we do look forwards, just to go back over your victory over Artie Valley for that Central Area title, just reflecting on it, just talk to me about the fight and your performance and your win, a knockout victory as well.
Yeah, it's TKO victory. It was just I went in confident. I'm confident in my own ability. I know how good I am. I know I can actually mix it with the top boys. I just need to earn my position to get there. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm going this traditional route. That's why I'm trying to fight all these people. And I'm not one that's going to shirk away from proper fights. I mean, I got offered Artie Valley on like a few weeks, and he's a proper credible opponent. I mean, he'd had 15 odd, and he'd only lost one, I think, or two. I'm not sure. And to me, it was a proper fight, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm just always wanting proper fights.
I mean, that super featherweight division there's some brilliant domestic fights there. You've got obviously
Yeah,
Kakashi and
that's
Woodstock
the
who
other
are
thing.
meant.
I personally, I'm not a super featherweight personally. I was a featherweight, and I got offered it at super featherweight, and I took it. I mean, again, I'm more than happy to fight now at super featherweight or featherweight. It makes no difference to me. I'm just happy to fight anybody and anytime, really.
Where would kind of ideally the opportunities be for yourself? And would you be back down at feather?
Um, if the opportunities come at featherweight, that's brilliant. But um, if the opportunities at super featherweight, brilliant as well. I'm strong, I'm big, I hit hard, I'm fast, I've got good reactions. I'm confident in everything I do, and I've got world class sparring. Obviously, I'm in training with Sean O'Hagan, with Josh Warrington. I've got world class sparring there, and I hold my own with everybody. Everybody I've ever sparred, I've held my own, and I've been more than imposing on them. It's just I need to earn my stripes to get up to their level. Really, that's what it is, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Just to kind of look at the potential fights there, you have got the likes of Kakashi Woodstock who were meant to face each other this past weekend. Um, Archie Sharp, Sam Bowen, that was Alpha Barrett. There's some brilliant domestic fights. How far off do you feel you are from those guys?
I don't think I'm far off at all. If I'm being real honestly, I don't think I'm far off. I think I'm more than capable of holding my own with them. But the thing is, if the opportunity comes, I'll take it straight away. But the opportunity is, you need to earn the opportunity. They've earned their right to be where they are, and I need to earn my right to get up there. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Obviously, if there's people now who are on the same level as me, who are trying to get up to that stage, I'll fight them. I'll beat them. I'll get up to their stage, and then I'll beat them.
Talk to me about opportunities, Zeeshan. Have you spoken about your management to Sean about kind of where the opportunities may lie for yourself?
Yeah, it's like a daily conversation, to be honest. It's frustrating right now because the number of shows that are going on is minimal, and obviously, hopefully, once the lockdown actually finishes, hopefully they'll open up more doors for me. But right now, just focusing on getting ready and making sure that if anything does crop up, there's nothing that's going to stop me. And that's what, to be honest, that's one thing about me that I am always ready. I'm always in the gym. I'm always ready to fight anybody. But with this lockdown, it's like sometimes your weight fluctuates, sometimes your fitness fluctuates, just because it's like you lose the motivation. And I just spoke to myself like about 2 weeks ago. I just said to myself, imagine if something does crop up, like, and they give you like 2 weeks notice, you're gonna have to lose all this weight, you're gonna have to do all this extra sparring, and you're not gonna be ready for this, and then you're gonna miss your chance. That's what I just said to myself. So I've already cut my weight right down now. I'm gonna get down to mid 9 stone, and then if anything comes up, then it's like I'm there already.
Have you had any kind of opportunities presented to you, even if you wasn't able to take it because you was thinking about your weight and if you would be able to get down or not?
No, I'll
Have
be honest with you.
throughout this past year offered to you?
I'll be honest with you. Do you know, early on when Eddie Hearn was doing his shows in the back garden, my manager at the time did mention something to me, that something come across his table, and I straight away said yes. Even though it was at a week's notice, I said yes straight away. I'm not. It's not something. Weight is not something that would bother me to lose or anything like that. It wouldn't stop me. There's nothing that would really stop me right now. I'd say yes to anything. That's my problem. You'd have to hold me back. It's not that I'd say think about stuff or anything. I don't think. Sometimes I just yes, and I did immediately say yes. But the problem is, my manager went away and asked the question, and they said no. Then afterwards,
Do you know why there was a change in heart after that?
pardon?
Do you know why there was a change in heart after you'd initially said yeah?
No idea. No, I don't know. It's just I think they went with a different approach.
Zeeshan, whilst I got you, just want to touch on obviously Josh Warrington. You mentioned you've been sparring him. He's your campmate.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. What's it like sparring Josh?
Josh is brilliant. Honestly, Josh is brilliant. I've known Josh before boxing, before he turned professional, become world champ as well from the amateur days. And Josh is a good mate of mine as well. So his boxing ability is very understated. I mean, people just see him as somebody just like goes at you non-stop, but the way he thinks and the way he sets stuff up is brilliant. And that's why he's another one who's earned his stripes to be where he is. Number one, he was number one at ring contender thing, whatever it is. And obviously he was world champion. He deserved to be there. He's fought the right people. He's always fought anybody. And he's a good guy, and he's a brilliant fighter as well.
You just mentioned kind of Josh's ring craft and his actual boxing ability is understated or underrated.
Yeah.
Against Maurizio Lara, a difficult fight for Josh in the end, and one where people just they continue to say for whatever reason he stood and held his feet a lot more than what people thought he should have done. What did you make of it, and why do you think we didn't see Josh maybe box and show his boxing ability a bit more against who was a very heavy hitter in Maurizio?
Yeah, that is a big thing to obviously when you come up against a heavy hitter, is going to affect the fight and the game plan and everything. But again, I never watched that fight back. I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to watch it back. Like I said, Josh is a good mate of mine, and I don't really want. It was heartbreaking to watch, to be honest. But Thinking back on it, he's had that time out. Maybe that impacted him. Maybe there's lots of other factors in there that might have impacted him. And for him to actually break his jaw in the first round and go another 9 rounds, credit to him, I'll be honest with you. He'll probably be lying on the floor crying.
I mean, I imagine you've spoken to Josh recently. How is he doing?
Yeah, he's well. He's in good spirits now, obviously. He's in good spirits. To be honest, I spoke to him the day after and he was in good spirits. So he was motivated. He seems really motivated to come back and right that wrong, really. And it's we're fighters. It's what we do. I mean, all these haters. I've seen all these trolls on Instagram and Twitter and everything, just giving him shit. But to be honest, fuck them. Most of them have never fought, and they don't know what it's like to be in the ring. They don't know what it's like to fight, so they can eat shit with all due respect.
Right, Zeeshan, we can leave it there now. I can leave you to enjoy the rest of your day. But I'm going to leave a final word to yourself for everyone who tune in and watch this interview, and for, of course, everyone who will follow your journey for the remainder of this year and beyond. What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, fuck Boris Johnson and his COVID fucking bullshit. Fuck all this fucking COVID, really. I'm just waiting for it to get back to normal so we can fight.
Right, Zeeshan, I appreciate your time today. Obviously, I hope to see some news with regards to a fight date for yourself soon. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Good man, thank you. Thanks for having me on.